Hey team, what's going on? Happy Thursday. Hey, I wanted to shoot a really quick video about something. I'm not going to be shooting these every day, but I'm on my morning walk again, day 2, and I wanted to show you something, okay? So I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to explain to you what you're looking at. All right, hold on. Okay, so this is the neighborhood that I'm walking in, all right? This is the neighborhood that I live in. You can't see it back there. There's a lake over there. If I zoom in, you can see it now, okay? Little private lake back on there on our property. Well, not my property, but we live on a golf course. So there's something I want to say about that. Okay, here we go, hold on. Okay, so here's what I want to say about this. There's an audio, I don't remember the name of it, but it's a Byron Schwag audio. And he talks about, I think the audio is called the 9 or 10 core commitments. And he talks about, I'm crossing the street, one of the commitments is committing yourself to personal development and personal growth, okay? So, because, guys, here's what happens. Byron says, if you read 10 pages a day of a good book, in a year, you will have read 3,000 pages. Now, that's probably more than what your neighbor is reading. And so, if you read 10,000 pages a day of a good book and you put this stuff into practice, things start to change significantly in your life, okay? When I joined World Ventures, the block I lived on, I mean, it wasn't, I'm not going to hate on the block. It was nice. You know, it was a decent working class neighborhood, okay? But here's the thing. Everyone on my block that I live with, when I lived there, 7 years ago or whenever it was, everyone on that block is still there. We're friends with some of these people. We always have been, okay? My son plays basketball with some of these kids still. And the crazy thing is, every time I see them, they're complaining about life. They're complaining about not having enough money, not having enough time. And they're not doing anything about it, okay? So all I did was I decided to act. I wanted something better for my life and my family. Earl Nightingale talks about, in The Strangest Secret, he talks about the things that you desire, and he says, basically, your outer world, like I said in yesterday's video, your outer world is a reflection of the inner world. But part of the outer world is you put the definite goal that you have in your mind, what you want the car you drive to look like, what you want the neighborhood you live in to look like, what you want the friendships you have to be, what the quality of connections you have, what kind of leader you want to be for your church and for your family. You put all these things with great specificity and great detail, and they start to happen in your life, okay? So the world calls this the law of attraction. The Bible calls it the principle of sowing and reaping. So as a man sows, so shall he also reap. So if you reap boredom and inaction, if you sow boredom and inaction, you're going to reap boredom and inaction. You're going to have friends who don't act. You're going to have family who don't act. You're going to have a wife who doesn't act. But if you sow faith, if you sow discipline, if you sow diligence, amazing things start to happen. And they happen in small increments. But then when you look back on your life in a couple of years, you see tremendous change and benefit and blessing. I mean, I'm walking this block and I see my old block, there were no trees. The grass wasn't very green because the grounds people didn't do it very good. We owned a townhouse, and it was you know, it was getting kind of sketch. The neighborhood was kind of going down around us. I didn't want my kids in that neighborhood anymore because I wanted them around people who were looking for the next step in their life. Not because they weren't happy or weren't content, but because they were people who were always about constant growth and constant progress. So I'm going to pan around. I wish I could show you side by side my old blocks and my new block, but I'm going to pan around and show you what I'm looking at as I walk right now. Okay? So, nice looking block. Green lawns, all mowed, decent cars in the driveways, pretty good sized homes. I mean, these are pretty good sized homes. So, I mean, these aren't mansions, but these are people who live comfortably. Okay? So, I'm not trying to get rich at this deal. I'm trying to have my income from this business be $1 higher than my expenses. Because when you do that, that is freedom. It is 9 o'clock in the morning, whatever time it is. I'm still working on the money freedom, but I have time freedom right now. I'm not in an office. I'm not clocked in. I'm not chained to a desk. People walk by and drive by looking at me going, why isn't this guy at work at 9 o'clock in the morning? Well, it's because I read 10 pages of a good book every day. I listened to 15 minutes of a good audio every day, and I put the stuff in practice. And now I am still working hard, but I'm working for myself. I make my own schedule. I see my clients when I have time, and that's my lifestyle right now. Okay, but I'm still working on other things. But anyway, this is a long video as it is. I just wanted to say 10 pages a day of a good book without fail. Don't miss it. Don't even count the Bible, okay? This is on top of the scriptures. That should be a necessity in your life if you're a believer, that you're reading and that you're praying. So don't count that. That's what you should be doing. What you count is the other stuff, okay? So, guys, go get it. Team throttle, all gas, no brakes, out of breath. Peace.